Hello, everybody. We're going to talk about the greenhouse effect. The aim of this lesson is to understand what the natural greenhouse effect is and to know the meaning of the term global warming. So, let's start. It's the middle of winter. You're feeling cold. What do you do? Probably put on a blanket, right? The blanket usually makes you feel a bit warmer. But why do you feel warmer when you put the blanket on? The blanket traps heat around you and keeps it there, so you feel warmer. So the Earth is surrounded by a layer of greenhouse gases. Some examples of these gases are carbon dioxide and methane. These greenhouse gases keep the Earth warm, preventing the escape of heat that would normally be lost in the atmosphere. So these greenhouse gases keep the heat close to the Earth. They keep the Earth warm, just like the blanket we were talking about. Without these greenhouse gases, the Earth would be much colder. So at the moment, the average temperature of the Earth is around 15 degrees Celsius. But if we had to take away all the greenhouse gases, Earth would be much colder. There wouldn't be anything to hold the heat in, so the Earth would go down to an average of minus 18 degrees Celsius. That's quite cold. So let's talk about the greenhouse effect. Heat from the sun passes directly through the natural greenhouse gases in our atmosphere. Once they come down to Earth, the Earth's surface is warmed with the heat from the sun. Some of the energy is reflected back into space and goes back out to space. Most of the heat is absorbed by the greenhouse gases in our atmosphere and is reflected in all the directions, warming the Earth. So let's just go through that again. So the heat from the sun comes down to Earth. The Earth's surface is warmed, and even though some of the energy is reflected back into space, most of the energy is kept here by the greenhouse gases. This is a completely natural effect, which is called the greenhouse effect. And this is how the Earth is kept warm. This is how the Earth keeps the 15 degrees Celsius average temperature that we all like. Let's talk about global warming. So, same as before, the heat from the sun passes through the greenhouse gases in our atmosphere, and the Earth is warmed up. Some of the energy and the heat is reflected back into space, but most of the heat remains on Earth and is kept by the greenhouse gases, which keeps the Earth warm like a blanket. So far, the process is completely natural. So, over the years, humans have been burning more fossil fuels. The burning of fossil fuels creates even more greenhouse gases. So the amount of greenhouse gases we have in our atmosphere has increased because of human activity. Because there are more greenhouse gases in our atmosphere, less heat escapes into space, and more heat is trapped in our atmosphere. This causes the temperature of the Earth to continually rise. So let's just go through that bit again. So the heat from the sun comes down to Earth, and the Earth's surface is warmed. Most of the heat gets absorbed by the greenhouse gases, and that keeps the Earth warm. The greenhouse gases are like the Earth's natural blanket. So because human activity has caused a lot of burning of fossil fuels, and burning of fossil fuels creates a lot of greenhouse gases, we have more greenhouse gases in our atmosphere. So because we have more greenhouse gases in our atmosphere, more heat is trapped in our atmosphere, which makes the temperatures increase. So this is like, instead of having the natural one blanket that the Earth has on, humans are adding more and more and more blankets. So now the Earth is getting even hotter. And this is called global warming. So what human activity actually is causing global warming? There are four main greenhouse gases we're going to talk about. So there's carbon dioxide, which is by far the most produced greenhouse gas. This is created from transportation, for example, from burning petrol in cars, planes, and ships, burning fossil fuels in power stations to create electricity, and also deforestation, cutting down and even burning trees releases a lot of carbon dioxide. CFCs is another greenhouse gas that is increased by the use of aerosols, air conditioners, and fridges. The CFCs are used to help in the cooling down process of these appliances. Nitrous oxide is another greenhouse gas. It is released from car exhausts, power stations, and even agricultural fertilizer. Last one is methane. So methane is produced from decaying organic matter. So any organic matter that is decaying produces methane. So usually you'll find quite a bit of methane near landfills and also near farms, and especially rice farms, which produce quite a bit of methane. So let's do the final check. True or false? The greenhouse effect is a natural phenomenon. It's true, a completely natural phenomenon. Without greenhouse gases, the Earth's temperature will be the same. That's false. Without greenhouse gases, Earth's temperature will fall by quite a few degrees. The greenhouse gases actually trap the Earth's heat and keep us warm. Number 3, humans are not making any difference to the temperature of the Earth. And that is false. Humans are making a difference to the temperature of the Earth. When humans burn fossil fuels and do other activities that release greenhouse gases, it increases the amount of greenhouse gases in our atmosphere, which increases the amount of trapped heat, which in turn increases the temperature of the Earth. Number 4, global warming is the steady increase in the Earth's temperature. And that's true. Global warming is a steady increase in the Earth's temperature, and this is mainly caused by human activity. Okay, thanks for watching.